Hello everybody, my name is Mark. Welcome to another one of my wondrous investing videos. And in this video, I am going to talk about how to handle a paper loss. What do you do if you buy a stock or really do anything and for some reason the bottom drops out and things are just not going your way and your stock's going down, and whether you have $1,000 or $10,000 and that shrinks down to $9,000 or whatever. What do you do when you see these red numbers come in? And last Friday, you better believe it, I took a paper loss. This is what happened last Friday. This is US Steel, which is the stock that I've been trading my options. And if you see this wonderful looking little line there that's going in the down direction, that's what happened to me on my put spread. So let's go to my transactions and let me show you the rhyme and reason to this wonderful occurrence in my investing life. So here we are right here, and back on December the 2nd. Today is December the 24th. Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. On December the 2nd, I opened a put spread. I bought 9 puts on steel, $12 strike prices, $345 a contract for total investment of $3,111, and they expire in 2022 of January. Those are the leaps. And then I have been consistently selling puts against those and bringing in money, and I had success for the first couple weeks or so until last Friday when the bottom dropped out. And so here's my paper loss right there. Bought 900X, that's 900 shares of steel at $13 a share for a total of $11,700. And if we look at steel, okay, steel is at $11.89. So if you do the math, I bought 900 shares of steel at $13 a share. $12 a share would be $900 loss, so I'm down on the shares about $1,000. Now the good news is I took in all these green numbers, so that can lower things a little bit for me, but I'm still in the red paper loss wise. So I took in 140, 240, 250, that's a dividend, and then 128, so 130, so 370. So I'm down about 670, almost $700. We'll say $600 and some change I'm down. And the reason why that happened is this wonderful little message right there: removal of option due to assignment. Now these messages are good. This is what you want to see: removal to option due to expiration. Removal to option due to expiration. This, not so good. Removal to option due to assignment. That means that the puts that you just sold, or in my case, the puts that I sold, got assigned to me. And what I did was I sold to open, where are they at? These 9 puts right there. Strike price $13 a share, for a total of $15, and brought in that nice $128.98. And it's wonderful that I get to keep that, but the problem is steel dropped down to $11.89, and I am obligated as per the contract to buy the 900 shares at $13. And so I am in the red paper loss wise. And so now the question is, what do I do? And so I have been trading options for several years now. I've also been trading stocks for several years, and I still have a decent chunk of change there. This is my Roth. I have 31,300, and I've had my ups and my downs all of my stock option life. And so these are a few things that I learned when I have these days and I take these paper losses. And the first thing that I would suggest is to take a break, turn the computer off, and go for a walk, or, find something to do, go to the gym, or call one of your friends, or even better, call one of your friends that has lots of problems. And, you call this person and he's going to go on and on and on and on and on about all his problems. And then an hour later, you're going to be like, man, doesn't this guy ever shut up? And you'll just want to get off the phone and you'll say, my gosh, man, I'm going to go back to trading options, And it's kind of funny to think about it, but it's actually very, what do you call it, cathartic, therapeutic to talk to somebody who has worse problems than you, and then you're ready to go back to your very sad life of option trading and pick yourself up. And then the second thing you want to do is to think of some positive things. And I'm not talking about La La Land, like Santa Claus is going to send me a Christmas check for $600 in the mail. Okay, that's La La Land. I'm talking about thinking of positive things that are real facts. Okay, and so this is what I do. Now, I have a few things going for me, even in this position that I've got going on. Okay, and one of the things I've got going is that I own 9 long puts, and those are right here. Okay, I did not close out the 9 long puts. Okay, I did get obligated to buy the 900 shares, but these are my 9 puts right there. They're $12 strike price, and the bid is $325. The ask is $390, and it looks like the price is $357. And if we look at my transactions here, I bought those 9 puts for $345. The price is $357, so I'm up about $100 in those 9 puts, right? Now, I don't want to unload them because I think steel might go down more. As I'm looking at this chart here, I noticed that this level right here was the next lower level, and that got broke. And so basically all of these gains that steel made on the earnings just got invalidated. It's all null and void. This pattern is the pattern that I was trading, but I'm not going to be trading it no more. That's for darn sure, because that pattern is no longer legit because it got busted last Friday. And so I was looking at this little level, and that got broke. So now the question is it going to actually break in down here and go back into this ugly mess, right? That's why I'm keeping the puts, okay? And so the puts are actually helping me to cut my losses a little bit. I mean, if you think about it, steel is at $11.89 a share, okay? I should be down $1,000, but I'm only down $670 because I've been selling to open those puts, and I brought in those few extra $100, which kind of softened the blow for me. So that's one of the good things I got going for me, is because I'm doing a spread and I'm not just flat out selling puts. Then that helped me a lot, okay? And then there's some other good things about my position too. Another thing is that my losses are capped, okay? The worst case scenario is, I guess, steel could go to 0. And actually, if steel theoretically went to 0, I would even make a profit, because if we go back to my positions here, okay, I own 9 put options at the $12 strike price. I own 6 put options, which I bought way back at the beginning of the year when I did another option collar. And so those are at the $10 strike price. So let's say that steel did actually go to 0. Yeah, I would be down 900 times $13 a share. I would be down a whole lot on those. But actually, let's say steel went to $3 a share. That way I can do math easier in my head. Okay, that means steel went down $10 a share. So steel goes from $13 to $3 a share. I own 900 shares, and the 900 shares that I bought, I would be down $9,000. But I own these 9 put options. Those 9 put options would be worth $9 times 9, so $8,100. So now, instead of being down $9,000, I'm only down $900, because those puts would be worth $8,100 in intrinsic value. Okay, $900 for each put. And then look at this, I have these extra 6 put options at $10. It still did go to $3 a share, then those would be worth $4,200. So instead of being down 900 shares, I would be up $3,300 in the profit. So how about that? Maybe I should actually be hoping that steel goes down, right? Actually, I don't. I would rather make money a more legit way than to see steel suffer and just go to the pit like that. But it's nice to know that I could theoretically make money if the bottom really fell out and steel actually did go to 0. So I've got some good things going for me in my current position. And so that's one of the things that I'm doing, is I'm thinking positive, even though that I'm showing some red number losses there, and it's not fun to see that. I can still find positive things about my position, okay? And then the next thing that I would suggest is you want to make adjustments. Now, obviously, it would be silly for me to just pick up where I left off and sell some more puts. Why would I sell puts on a stock that is sinking? Okay, that to me is akin to people that dollar cost average on a stock that's dropping. You know, you buy a stock up here, something, and if we look at the long-term chart, this is a 5-year chart. Imagine buying stock up here, and you were going to be dollar cost averaging, let's say every 10%, right? So $36 a share goes down 10%. Now you buy more shares at what, $32 a share, and then you buy some more shares at $29 a share, and then down here and down here. That would be a very ugly looking account to have, and I am glad that I don't do that, right? But it's the same thing. If I'm selling puts, like if it goes down there and I want to sell puts down there, only to see the puts get assigned and I'm buying more shares, it's the same thing. Selling puts on a sinking stock is like dollar cost averaging on a sinking stock. You don't want to do it. You want to make adjustment. And so now, luckily for me, my adjustment that I have to make is very minimal because I own these 9 puts. And so what I did is I started selling covered calls. And if we go back to my transaction, okay, this is what I did just yesterday, the 23rd. I sold the open 9 calls at $13, brought in $66 a contract, and for a total of $587.97. So I just brought in, and these are 2 months, and I got one more video to do on this. I don't want to mix and mingle, but I got another video on this new option trade setup, and it looks very favorable for me for the simple reason that I own those 9 long puts. If we go back to my position here, because I own these 9 $12 puts, selling the cover calls is a very safe thing for me to do. That's called an option caller. So just like magic, my put spread turns into an option caller, and I am very acquainted with option callers. I know how to make money on an option caller. That's been my bread and butter for many years. I have been trying to evolve myself into being an option spread trader, but that is easier said than done, obviously, as you can see. And I've learned more than anything, especially trading volatile stock like steel, that you're going to have days where the price of the stock blows past the strike price of the puts or the calls that you're selling. So option spreads are more challenging, but if it goes right for you, you could potentially make a whale of a heck of a lot more money trading option spreads than you could trading option callers. But option callers are much more safer. They're still very profitable. You can easily make 15 to 20% return on your money in a given year trading option callers. So I feel very comfortable trading the option callers, and I will go more into depth about this option caller setup that I got going. It's really a thing of beauty the way this put spread just kind of metamorphs into an option caller, and I can still go to sleep at night. So even though currently for the time being, right, I'm in the red, steel's at $11.89 a share, I'm able to number one, I mean, not let my emotions get to me and not get all distressed about all this nonsense, right? Number 2, I can think positive. Number 3, I can make adjustments, not just do the same. Well, you know, put spreads are my favorite strategy, and I try as hard as I can. Don't have a favorite strategy, because if you have a favorite strategy, that strategy may not be a good idea in a given market position. And right now, if you look at all this, would it be a good idea to start selling puts on a stock that has a big downward spiral looking line like that? I don't know. It didn't work so well for me trading that put spread, but I adjust, and now I have an option caller, and it looks much more favorable. And I have those extra 6 put options at the $10 strike price. So again, if steel goes down to $3 a share, I'm going to be up over $3,000, you know, and that's not the worst thing in the world for me, if you ask me, you know. So finally, the last thing I'll say is when you have a day where you go in the red, don't give up. Just hang in there, and I guess there's a couple other things that I could throw in. You should always go back over your trade and analyze, review what the heck happened, what went wrong, you know. And also another tip that I would have about a paper loss is don't kid yourself, you know. A paper loss is a loss. Don't tell yourself, well, it's just a paper loss. I haven't lost money unless I sell the stock, okay? That's just phony baloney stuff that we tell ourselves as a way of going into denial. I mean, if you were to go to the bank and get some money from your checking account, and you notice that the value of your checking account is missing $500, right? I don't think you're going to go home and say, well, it's just a paper loss, I won't worry about it, the value of my checking account is going to come right back up. No, I would go into the bank office, I would talk to somebody, sign up on the sign up and say, what the heck is happening to my money? That's what you got to do with your option trade. You got to say, what the heck's happening to my money? Why is my stock going down? Why does my account see these big ugly red numbers? You know, look at that. That's a $1,162 red number. Okay, it would be freaking silly for me to say, well, I'm not losing money, I'll just hold the stock till the day I die, right? I mean, you know, I still own, I think, about 3,000 shares of Washington Mutual that I bought back in 2008, right before they got taken over by the government. You know, do you think I even for one day I tell myself, well, it's just paper loss, I still own those 3,000 worthless shares of Washington Mutual, right? So don't do that. Don't kid yourself. Be honest. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I just lost money. Okay? Do not use the word paper loss. You know, and I know the IRS likes to make a difference. They say, well, a paper loss is an unrealized gain or loss. And if you buy or sell the stock for a profit or loss, then that's a real loss. And we'll charge you income tax on the realized losses, but the unrealized loss, and I think it's hilarious that I can even go into my account, look at this cost basis here, and there's even a section with unrealized gains loss and realized gains loss. To me, the only difference between those two is with the realized gain loss, you just realize that you lost money. This one, you like to fool yourself and tell yourself, well, it's just a paper loss. Right? So don't do that, okay? Paper loss is a loss. And hang in there. Don't give up. Learn your lessons. Go over your trades. Make adjustments where you need to make adjustments. And you will make money in the long run. I have been slowly building my account over the years in the long run. And it will and can happen to you. So thank you very much for watching this video. I took a little bit of a break. I had to take a break, but I'm back, and I'm going to do another video on my new option trade setup here, which I'm pretty pumped up, excited about. It's an option caller, and I feel very good about it. And it's not a standard option caller. It's a 900 share, actually 1,100 shares, but I have 15 put options, and I'll go over that more in detail in the next video that I'm going to do here in the next couple days or so. And as always, if you have any questions or comments about anything that I have to say about options or whatnot, feel free to leave a like or a comment. Any feedback is necessary. Thank you for watching, and Merry Christmas to everybody. See you in the next video. Ciao.